How do we think that both the magazine and the poster will sell each other? Narrative, so back to the character placement. So the magazine has got 3 pairs of shoes and the poster's got 3 people, so there's an immediate kind of similarity there. I guess the shoes has connotations of, you might say that, you tie up your shoes, so you could link that to people by being tied up. So
like a relationship.
So we looked at love triangles, and that kind of decision and tangling of being in 2 relationships,
like
or
where to go, what to do.
So I guess like that's kind of a deeper meaning of the shoes, really. And then the kind of placement of the 3 people. You've got the 2 girls either side of him, and it's kind of the linking, like who will he choose? You've got these 2 girls next to him in a poster or a magazine. You don't know necessarily if you haven't watched the film, but there's still that obvious decision because if it is a romance.
Because in the poster it had it was more of a broad image of it was boy with 2 girls, who does he choose? But with the shoes it was more of an underlying meaning.
That kind of message and
it was
link.
Kind of hidden, but so it's a bit more like make them think on their toes.
Which I think linked quite well to the magazine that we used, because that was a bit more of a kind of indie, smaller magazine. So kind of definitely having that kind of small, like deeper meaning linked quite well with the conventions of the magazine and what they did, which is quite good actually.
We also used fonts, the Good Vibes. Was it Good Vibes?
Yeah, Good Vibes.
And we used that throughout all 3 of them to relate to.
We did it backwards.
We found it. We came across it whilst creating the poster.
Yeah.
We did a bit more research on it.
Got it offline.
You found a website, didn't you?
It's like 100 fonts or something.
And we found an indie font that we thought would match our production well. And then we use it across all platforms.
Yeah, and the intertitles as well, and
to make it recognisable.
Yeah.
The intertitles.
Intertitles and it was just the who will he choose bit, wasn't it? It was those little bits of text, and we used that for the little bits of text in the trailers as well.
And
I think the me, him, and her was quite a basic font, wasn't it? Just off. I don't know what the name of that was.
It was on Photoshop.
So that was kind of, it didn't have as much like meaning, but we only used it for the me, him and her, and that was where the colours and the kind of size and the wording were a bit more important than the font in that kind of sense. Target audience was kind of something we kind of thought about. I guess you want a poster and a magazine to just be available to everybody, just because our film was aged 12, which is quite young actually. The poster shouldn't have anything explicit or kind of, the poster shouldn't need to be an age restricted poster, because then you lose out on your audience.
You want to attract as many people as you can.
Yeah, exactly. So obviously having the younger characters on the poster, and the magazine the shoes aren't really, you can't see the age of them, but they're just things that kind of link to our target audience, which are kind of younger teens, young adults. But it's not making it too childish, but still having that sophisticated side while still being a bit even, going with our genre. So that was kind of like how target audience sort of played in.
No, it's like it can, even though they are very different, they actually convey the same message.
And it will
stop like boredness, because if you just used photos of the faces in both, it would be similar. We had another photo we could have used. We quite happily could.
Very similar.
And it was very similar. It was a bit more scruffled up.
And it didn't fit in with a magazine, with kind of magazine style either. So it was a good choice.
Yeah.
Well, we could have aimed that hopefully if someone saw the magazine or the poster first, then they would be a bit more intrigued to go and see the other one, because they'd be like, oh, I heard that film in this place, but it's not, oh, I've seen that picture already. Talking about the magazine, how that sell it to the audience. Again, there's a theme of the love triangle, so the choice. So obviously it had the shoes, so there's less sort of...
It's harder to...
Yeah, you don't see the characters as much, or their facial expression, or their clothes, but we still chose to kind of have the high heels and the trainers and the suit shoes.
So you could probably predict which one...
So it is quite funny, and that was probably quite a difficult thing to kind of think, what shoes are going to kind of portray the the personality. Still using the blue and the orange to link that together, keeping it all with the genre. So that's probably, that's how that kind of sold it. But it was difficult.
Yeah, difficulties we had were had to fit the magazine we were using. So the Little White Lies was like a pop art kind of looking.
Yeah.
How would you describe it?
Yeah, pop art. Yeah.
Yeah, like a cartoon.
Kind of very artistically abstract. They were all different compared to other magazines we looked at.
But if we chose the magazine because of its indiness and it was an independent film.
Yeah, we did thought that magazine would kind of fit really well with the genre, but
there was not much room for creativity.
No, yeah. So that the picture we could be creative if we wanted to, because we could make it pop art, whatever. But
we had to use the Little White Lies logo and
and the barcode. Not
cell lines.
A lot of them didn't have very much.
Was something we couldn't really change.
Yeah, a lot of them had not very much text, so then we couldn't include all the information that other ones could do. But it was okay, it was quite creative. So the elements, how we communicated genre, kind of in the poster and the magazine. I guess just bright colours, just was a main theme, wasn't it?
Relating back to the orange and blue.
That was quite a bright colour. Characters again, so in our research we found that the protagonist is kind of an awkward teenager, so
with an interest in romance and love kind of.
So we kind of just
girl or someone.
Put that straight up, the awkward teenager in the middle in the male protagonist, and then kind of the two love interests on the side. We tried, like I said earlier, we tried to keep the costumes the same. So we looked at submarine. Obviously, again, we really kind of used that for some interest, and Perks being a wallflower actually. So their protagonists are in suits. So although obviously our older male kind of character is a businessman, so he has to wear suits. That's one kind of side, but also it's kind of sticking with another film in the genre and how they kind of fit in with the genre. Shot type's not something that we really talked about, but obviously having the close-up of the feet, when we did our research, close-up was quite but it was an indie romance kind of genre shot that we saw. So kind of having the close-up of the feet in the magazine was something that I guess linked it.
Again, it wasn't an image that we took from the film. It was one we took separately, but using the similar kind of.
But we didn't include that close-up wasn't in the film, in the poster. Sorry, the poster was a bit different, but it has each has its own kind of advantages.
Had difficulties as well with the conventions that we couldn't use in the magazine and poster were props and sound. And not all editing techniques we could use.
Actually kind of putting the footage together, we can't do that on paper. So we kind of we were limited to only use, portraying a genre through colours and characters pretty much.
There was no you couldn't use the diegetic and non-diegetic sounds.
Things that we found, and that was a lot of the conventions we found. So we did find it difficult to kind of communicate the genre through, but that was we got over that.
So I think that we believe that our poster would be better selling line, because we had more decisions over what we were putting onto
we could just be creative.
We could be more creative.
And we purely made it, we had some slight limitations for what a poster is included on, so we had to have the name and stuff and the date, but we could decide the font.
But we didn't have to follow guidelines.
Whereas the magazine we only really got colours and image, everything else.
We had a jurisdiction, a set line we had to follow.